My husband, 35, is not happy with me, 33, buying my ancestral property on my name. I'm married for 10 years with my husband. I'm working for around 11 years in IT. My husband is also working in IT. We moved to USA when I got on-site opportunity 5 years ago. Since our marriage, whatever salary we got, we invested it together. As I have better job and salary, we bought a house in US with both of us on title, but loan is on my name and I own the financial responsibility. I worked 2-3 jobs and paid off almost half of the loan as well. Now my uncle decided to sell our ancestral property and I expressed my interest to buy it. But I wanted to buy it on my name as an asset for me, as it's my ancestral property and I will pay it with my own money I earned through multiple jobs. It's the land next to my parents' house as well, so I wanted to keep this property separate from our marriage. But my husband is not agreeing to this and wanted it to be on his name as well, mentioning that I'm greedy. He also told me that this decision of me buying the land on my name will break our marriage. I'm now confused that what I'm asking for is right in a marriage or not. Is it a good decision to have property separate or join in this scenario? I need to clarify one thing here. My ancestral property that I decides to buy is in my home country and it's not in US. Why isn't he helping pay of the home you have loan? I need that info. You're the one paying off your shared home in both of your names and he's telling you that you're greedy? I hate to say it, but you are being taken advantage of. Go ahead and buy the land. But you should also consider communal property laws in your state. Just because you buy it solely in your name does not mean that your spouse won't have a claim to it. Why are you the only one paying the mortgage on the property jointly owned by you and your husband? What is your husband doing with his salary to build his own investment portfolio? Your husband is using you. You're financially responsible for a home that he has his name on the deed, but you've had to work 3 jobs to pay for the mortgage that's only in your name. How does that make sense? And now you want to buy property from your family member and he's telling you no unless his name is on it too? At this point I'm not even sure why you would ask his permission. He doesn't sound like a good husband and he's trying to screw you over. If you divorced, he'd own half the house you paid for. If your husband isn't putting up any money for the property, then I don't think he gets a say, to be honest. Look at the legal aspect of it all. As an example, your home in the US, while you were the only name on the loan, that doesn't mean your husband wasn't financially responsible for it. Assets and debts acquired while married are shared. Other than that, it does sound like you make many decisions for yourself. Are you discussing these things with your partner before making your mind up and moving forward with your ideas? Where are you married? I would look at the laws for married couples first and foremost, then make your decision. I, 25 female, almost cheated on my long-distance boyfriend, 28 male. How'd I tell him? My boyfriend and I are currently waiting for my spouse visa. I could have been with him by now, but I don't want to leave my job until I get my residence card. Lately, I've had guys hitting on me, and I honestly don't get it. When I was single, most of them just wanted to hook up and have fun, which is why I never took them seriously. But now that I've fully announced my engagement, people are suddenly coming back, guys I used to talk to, date, or go out with. It's insane. I never entertained most of it, but some genuinely became my friends and were there when I needed to get out. One night, I was out with some coworkers. There was this guy who had been hitting on me every time he saw me. He's a paramedic. We initially matched on Tinder years ago but never met, just chatted briefly. I was probably 20 at the time. Anyway, my coworkers kept giving me shots. I told them I'd had enough, but they guilt-tripped me into taking more, saying I should stay a little longer. At this point, I was drunk, dancing with them, when suddenly someone dragged me away from the dance floor. It was him. I told him to leave me the fuck alone. He ignored me, tried to dance with me, and then asked, "Look at me, am I not your type?" I stared at his face, and I'll admit, he's really good looking. But I love my fiancé. He almost kissed me, and that's when reality hit me. I pulled away and left him there, stunned. I told my coworkers I was going home and ended up crying in the cab. I felt so disappointed in myself for letting things get to that point. You realized, you have horrible friends, right? You didn't do anything wrong, and if you choose to tell your boyfriend about it, it should not be framed as, "I almost cheated." Because that's not what happened. A guy, whom you'd told to leave you alone, tried to kiss you while you were intoxicated. You had not gone out with this guy for drinks. You went out with friends, and he happened to be there. That's not almost cheating, that's being assaulted. If you frame this as, "I almost cheated," your boyfriend will almost certainly get the idea that you were considering hooking up with this guy. Thinking someone is handsome is not cheating, whether or not he's hitting on you at the time. Ted Bundy was good looking. That didn't make him any less of a fucking rapist and murderer. I would directly tell your boyfriend that someone tried to hit on you and kiss a drunk girl in a relationship. The fact that he dragged you away and separated you from your friends. Also, no shame in being attracted to someone that is something you have no control over. You made the right choice when it mattered. IDK girl, that's some decently loyal behavior on your end. Show initiative by cutting back on drinking or not going out with those coworkers anymore so that you don't end up in another uncomfortable situation like that. You literally told him to fuck off LMAO. You held your ground and did nothing wrong, so don't stress out. You have your priorities straight and did not stray. Hope you are reunited soon. Not your fault. Number 1, he dragged you about. Number 2, nearly is not the same as actually doing anything. Number 3, you were drunk. Number 4, it wasn't your intention to cheat and you didn't. Number 5, your friends were being assholes with the drinking. Swallow this experience and learn from it. Next time drink at your own pace too. Don't tell your BF, it will only sour your future. Yo didn't actually do anything here. Is it okay to ask him 30M if I 29F could join? Sue I, 29 female, have a huge crush on this guy, early 30-ish. In the gym and I am pretty sure it's mutual. Basically we figured out each other's preferred times to go to the gym and now we always at the same time there. I am shy, so I think he has no idea that I like him, but he always turns red on the cheeks when he sees me and he stares at me. A lot. Basically when I finish with my cardio I go to a smaller room with mirrors to stretch. I am almost alone there by myself, and the new thing is that he ditched his weightlifting to do some bodyweight workout so he can be close to me in that room. But we are both shy to make the first step. He even leave his headphones in the case hoping I will talk to him, which I find adorable. So I figured out that next time I will ask him if I could join in with his bodyweight routine to break the ice. What do you guys think? I think I just can't go up to him and start a conversation. I am too awkward for that, so I need a good excuse. I think you would be perfectly fine to ask if you could do some things together. He's probably thinking what this other person said, don't hit on people at the gym, especially since you're a woman. But leaving the earphones out and looking, smiling at you a lot seems to be a pretty good sign. I think you'd be fine asking him his name, and about his routine. Maybe ask him to show you some of his movements and see how he reacts. Go for it. My wife approached me on the train platform as we worked nearby each other. She asked me out to lunch to celebrate my birthday when I said it was that week, and then I asked her out on a date to celebrate her birthday 8 days later. We have been together ever since 1986. Married close to 30 years and have a fantastic son we are so proud of. Don't miss out due to shyness. You are almost 30-year-old. Why can't you just introduce yourself? Hi, I'm Op. I see you here often. Time for tough love. You are 29, an adult. Communication is key. And it's 2025. If you also approached dude and said, hey, wanna go grab coffee, like beverage? He will eat it up. Also guys nowadays are afraid of being called creeps too. Take from this what you will. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. Michael Scott. Women failed to realize that if they went up and talked to the man that they liked they would most likely get their phone number. A shocking amount of men are single and quite literally just want a girl to come up and talk to them. You would be every man's dream guaranteed. You are grown adults. Just say hello. Husband 37 male betrayed me 39 female. I am a 39F and have been married 10 years with 2 kids. Found out a few weeks ago my husband was chatting to a 23F at work including flirty texts etc. I caught him as I heard him in another room on phone to her after midnight. He works with this colleague and relationships at work are not allowed and result in immediate dismissal. I found out tonight they were privately messaging again and he said it's because he doesn't want her to turn psycho and get him sacked. I don't know what to do. I feel so hurt and betrayed and hate the fact that he's messaging this other girl just to keep her happy so he doesn't lose his high-end job. What shall I do? Stay or go? I really need some advice and suggestions please. It's not an HR issue for him. He just doesn't want to stop. He's probably not going to either. He's 100% lying to you. That is not why he's continuing to talk to her. First of all, I'm sorry you're going through this. He's a liar and a cheater and not for nothing, but he's gross too. I mean come on, she's 23, he's 37, woman facepalming, light skin tone. I would absolutely walk away because there would absolutely never be any trust after that for me. I am more of a, you only got one shot, person. No tolerance for betrayal. And if his job has this zero tolerance policy, then he absolutely deserves to face whatever they do to him. He did this to himself. Woman shrugging, light skin tone. If he was worried about his job, he wouldn't have started talking to her in the first place. He hasn't ended the relationship and is hoping you will be in denial enough to buy the, so she doesn't become a psycho, angle. I'm really sorry. Tell him to shut it down or you are leaving. If it gets reported to HR, she would likely be in trouble as well. He is just using this as an excuse to continue with that woman. You can't be that naive. If he was telling you the truth, he would be keeping all communication strictly professional, so if for some reason if this girl turns psycho, and there is an HR investigation into their relationship, he would have nothing to worry about. You say to him, by continuing to keep her happy over your wife looks exactly like the type of relationship that would result in your immediate dismissal. He's cheating on you directly in front of you. Have some strength and self-respect, please.